Some movies seem like they're for kids, until you realize they're actually talking directly to us. Zootopia is one of them. It doesn't need monsters or supernatural villains. Its real horror and real beauty lie in something much more familiar, the prejudices we all carry without even noticing. And what's fascinating is that the movie doesn't start with a big conflict, but with a quiet lie everyone accepts. In Zootopia, anyone can be anything. If only that were true. Because the moment Judy Hopps arrives in the city, that phrase shatters right before our eyes. Zootopia sells itself as a modern, inclusive city where predators and prey coexist in harmony. A progressive paradise. But the truth is far more uncomfortable. Society is still divided, they just hide it behind smiles, rules, and politically correct speeches. Judy Hopps dreams of being a police officer. And from this very moment, the movie makes one painful truth crystal clear. In Zootopia, discrimination didn't disappear. It just learned to look polite. The prejudices are still there, they simply live inside each character's mind. This film forces us to look in the mirror. Everyone believes they're not part of the problem. Including Judy. She's convinced she's inclusive, fair, and totally free of stereotypes. But deep down, she still holds on to the idea that a predator could be dangerous, simply because of their nature. Nick Wilde, on the other hand, has already accepted the role society gave him. If everyone thinks you're a dangerous fox, you may as well act like one. One of them lies to herself. The other has given up. And between the two, the movie shows just how hard it is to navigate a world full of labels. When Judy joins the police force, the applause lasts only for a moment. Then come the looks, the doubts, the trivial assignments. Even though she's more qualified than many, they send her to write parking tickets just because she's small. Just because she's a rabbit. Just because she doesn't fit the mold. The movie uses this to show how workplace bias really works. It's not open hatred. It's distrust disguised as caution. Judy believes she's on the right side. She believes she doesn't discriminate. But every interaction with Nick forces her to face an uncomfortable truth. Even good people can have prejudices. While Judy gets outraged by every injustice she sees, Nick has already learned a cruel lesson. No matter what I do, people have already decided who I am. Zootopia doesn't point fingers at the bad guys. It points them at all of us. When Judy decides to solve the case of the missing predators, she does it for more than just ambition. It is her way of proving she deserves to be there. The investigation forces her to work with Nick, and together, they discover the problem isn't biological, it's political. Society isn't what it pretends to be. And the closer they get to the truth, the more the narrative of perfect harmony completely falls apart. And here, the movie becomes much more intimate. Nick reveals one of the most painful moments of his life, when a group of kids made him understand that no matter how hard he tried to be good, they would never see him that way. They didn't beat him. They didn't even insult him. They did something much worse. They convinced him he wasn't worth the effort. That's why Nick distrusts everyone. And that's why Judy has to learn to see beyond her own fears. Both of them carry different wounds, but they come from the very same system. Zootopia explains that stereotypes don't just hurt, they shape us. When a child believes they can't, they stop trying. When a marginalized group is convinced they're meant for less, they accept small jobs, small roles, and small lives. And then society uses that as proof that the stereotype was true all along. It's a vicious cycle that destroys identities. The hardest moment arrives when Judy, completely unintentionally, fuels the city's fear of predators. By saying that maybe something in their biology makes them dangerous. With a single sentence, she sets the whole city on fire. Predators are attacked, fired, isolated, looked at as living threats. And just like that, Zootopia shows how quickly fear can turn into hatred. When Judy discovers that a plant called howlers is the real cause of the aggression, everything changes. It wasn't genetics, it wasn't nature. It was manipulation. She teams up with Nick, and together they uncover a much bigger conspiracy. Someone is using fear to gain power. The villain, Bellwether, doesn't want equality. She wants control. She wants one group to fear the other. She wants fear to shape the future. Her plan is a mirror of our own world. When a society is scared, it's incredibly easy to manipulate. But Judy and Nick prove that the cycle can be broken. Liberation begins when we accept our own flaws and confront the prejudices we carry inside. And their final partnership isn't just about friendship. It's symbolic. It's just a promise that real change begins when each of us chooses to see the other with new eyes. If you enjoyed this video and want more breakdowns like this one, don't forget to subscribe.